Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. This week, several teachers from East Brunswick Public Schools were recognized with the Governor's Teachers Award. Love was in the air at the East Brunswick Senior Center this week. Some longtime lovebirds share their secrets for a successful marriage. Boy Scouts of all ages gathered on Sunday for their annual Blue and Gold dinner, and students at Warnsdorfer were on parade in celebration of President's Day. These stories and more are coming up, including a look at what happens at the Brunswick Square Mall in preparation for the Friends of the Library book sale, information about the American Cancer Society, and our regular council review. But first, Lenore Kulik starts off next week's programming on Channel 8. Look Great, Feel Great begins at 10 a.m. Stories from the Library follows at 10:30. Tuesday evening, Michael Cart hosts In Print, a program about authors and their latest books. That's at 7 o'clock. At 7:30, John Megliaro finishes up his special two-part interview with former New York Giants fullback and head coach Alex Webster. At 8 o'clock, a special program, African American Women Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, will be shown in celebration of Black History Month. Stand-up comedy is the focus of For Art's Sake this month. At 7:30 on Wednesday, Dolly Vasta travels to Catch a Rising Star in Princeton to catch the latest in comedy. At 8 o'clock, the Arts highlights the Figaro Institute. Thursday, This Week in East Brunswick returns with a new edition at 7 and 8, and at 7:30, join host Patty Sullivan for Part 2 of the Barbara E. Chung Memorial Hospice Program. That's on aging aspects. The Community Bulletin Board is a 24-hour service provided by Channel 8 and the library. Any nonprofit group can announce upcoming events for up to 1 week at a time. Forms can be obtained at the circulation desk, at the Channel 8 office in the library, or by calling 390-6780. The Board of Education adopted a resolution Thursday night commending the 11 district teachers selected to receive the 1991 Governor's Teacher Recognition Award. New Jersey State Assemblyman Frank Pelley was at the meeting to give the winners copies of the resolution the General Assembly adopted in their honor. A committee of representatives of the staff, administration, and community selected the award winners from the nominees that had been submitted by staff members at each school. Assistant Superintendent Brenda Witt read excerpts from the letters of nomination, and Board President Dr. David Seiden, Superintendent Dr. John Kopko, and East Brunswick Education Association President Catherine Schwartz presented plaques and gifts to the winners. Recipients are Shelley Bloom of Memorial School, Ben Embley from Chittick School, Marion Katowski from Irwin School, Barbara Stapleton, Bound Monroe School, Tony Apaldo from Central School, Sherry Scott from Warnsdorfer School, Stathine Varvasotis from Hammersholt Middle School, Michael Berry from Churchill Junior High School, Rita Meehan from Lawrence Brook School, Ann Barry of Frost School, and Dolores Meyerhoff from East Brunswick High School. Congratulations to this year's Governor's Teacher Recognition Award winners.
Hi, I'm Josephine Fiamingo. Here we are at the Brunswick Square Mall. Many of you who are familiar with the Friends of the Library's book sale know that this is where it all happens. It may be empty now, but on February 25th, it will be filled with hundreds of people. Here with me to discuss the sale is mall manager Michael Hauser. Hi, Michael. I was curious on how the book sale compares to other community events.
Well, the book sale has been our longest running event, 17 years. The mall's been open 18. It's one of 35 or 40 events that we do in the course of the year. It's probably one of our largest in terms of the number of people that it brings in over the course of the week.
And how do you do the planning of the book sale? How do you work with the Friends of the Library?
Well, I think the first call from the Friends of the Library comes in about 6 months before they want to set the date, and we begin to look over the calendar and see what different events are going on in the mall and what holidays are coming up, and then we hash out a date and come to an agreement. After that, it's just a matter of sitting down with them, planning out the logistics of it. We've been through it a number of times, so it's kind of a routine for us.
I see. It's funny how fast it comes up every year, too, for all of us who are involved in the planning.
That's true.
And how does it affect businesses in the mall, the other businesses in the mall, the book sale?
Well, of course, in a retail environment, anything that brings in people is a positive for them. They look at it as just as another event coming in that brings the traffic into the mall. And as people are in the mall, naturally they'll probably stop in a store and take a look around and see what they can get as well.
And also, with the mall expansion and the planned renovation, will you be doing community events any differently? How will it affect the book sale or other future community events?
We have no plans now to change our community service events whatsoever. The intent when the renovation begins is to keep the mall operating as efficiently and effectively as it does now, with as less inconvenience to the general public. So we hope to run as many events as possible.
That's great. Thank you, Michael. The sale will begin on February 25th from 7 to 9 p.m. and then run throughout the week, February 26th to March 3rd, during mall hours. There will be puppet shows for children on February 27th and 28th at 7 and 7:30 p.m. We're both looking forward to the sale, and we hope you are too. See you there.
Hi, I'm Amy Fisher, the Director of Community Relations for the school system. Today I'm at Warnsdorfer School with 3 teachers, Sherry Scott, Mary Jane Berger, and Jean Riccio, and they have a very special event planned. Sherry, what's happening today?
Today we are having our President's Day Parade. All of the kindergarten parents and Mrs. Berger's early childhood class parents have made cupcakes to be distributed at the end of the day to all of the children in Warnsdorfer School. We will be going around singing patriotic songs. Everyone has dressed in red, white, and blue with yellow ribbons, and I think it should be at the very end at 2:45. We're going to meet in the office for a grand finale, and we're going to sing "Let There Be Peace on Earth," and I'd like to teach the world to sing.
Great. Mary Jane, what classes are involved in this project?
Mrs. Scott's kindergarten class, Mrs. Riccio's kindergarten class, my early childhood class, and also Mrs. Albenberg's and Mrs. Barksdale's afternoon classes will be helping.
Jean, what made you decide to do this?
Well, as kindergarten teachers and early childhood teachers, we like to try to do things that are very exciting. And we started to do it for the President's Day Parade. For President's Day, celebrate George Washington and Abraham Lincoln's birthday. We learned our patriotic songs, and being that a lot of the older children were very aware of the Persian Gulf situation, we decided to involve the whole school and get together and have something nice to do at the end of the day.
I'm Anne-Marie Anderson. Joining me today on This Week in East Brunswick is Rita Perlman, Program Director for the American Cancer Society in Middlesex County, and Dr. Kathleen Toomey, oncologist with a private practice in Somerset. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
I'd like to talk about how nutrition affects cancer, if there is indeed an effect on nutrition and cancer.
Well, as Education Director for the Middlesex County American Cancer Society, my job is to educate youngsters and grown-ups on good nutrition, how to change their course of eating, and to direct them to the appropriate foods when they go shopping, to put the proper foods in their shopping cart. And the aim is to teach them about risk reduction, early detection, and prevention. And basically what we try to advocate is a high-fiber, low-fat diet, starting with the youngsters in grade school all the way up to high school and adults. And the message is brought specifically to the workplace in large numbers of people. We try to reach large numbers of people in the workplace with our free education programs on nutrition and risk reduction and how to eat smart.
Okay, so there's basically no doubt, there's no getting around it. Nutrition does play an important factor in risk reduction of cancer?
We know that colon cancer, which is the #1 killer of men and women in New Jersey, is certainly affected in people who have low fiber diets. They have an increased risk of colon cancer. There is some information also that obesity and breast cancer are related. So there certainly is a positive step for people to take to have a high fiber diet.
I had heard that in people with a high percentage of fat in their body that toxins tend to accumulate in fat cells. Is that?
That's correct. There are things that go right into the fat cell and stay there for a long period of time and don't get washed out. Pesticides, for example, are deposited in fat cells and may remain there for many, many years.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of overall plan is good in terms of diet? More fish intake, less meat, things you hear commonly? Or?
Yes, any of the foods that are low in fat, high in fiber, the fresh vegetables, the cruciferous vegetables, the cabbage family vegetables. Bran is certainly, you know, high in fiber. Anything made with bran, oat bran, you know, that's supposed to be the buzzword now. But basically, we're trying to teach the young children in school how to choose appropriately, not always going for the French fries and the hamburgers and the pizzas. We're trying to teach the food service managers in the schools to try and change the way they prepare foods. Specifically, say we take a food like pizza, instead of preparing pizza with white dough, white flour, perhaps they can prepare it with a wheat flour or a grainy flour and still taste the same, not take away the good taste, so that kids would learn to develop a taste for that.
What about exercise? What kind of role does that play?
Well, exercise plays a role in weight loss and in good health in general. And I think we all know what to do. I think we all know we should be exercising, eating correctly. All of that fits into a plan of avoiding cancer as well. So once again, with obesity being probably a risk factor for several types of cancer, exercise plays that role, keeping the weight down.
Okay, and for more information, can they contact you, Rita?
Yes, I would like to say that we are having 2 programs in April. The Great American Food Fight Against Cancer is April 18th, and the Great American Healthy Lunch is April 25th. And they can certainly contact me for more information on that. The number at our office is 985-9566.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm Melody Gillette, and this is Sunday afternoon, and we're at the East Brunswick Jewish Center for their first annual Blue and Gold Dinner for Boy Scouts, Pack 250. We're very honored this afternoon to have many guests with us. Cantor Waldman, who is the cantor at the East Brunswick Jewish Center, Debbie Miller, who is the principal of the Solomon Schechter Day School, Joel Gensler, who is the president of the Men's Club. I'd like to thank my committee of my husband Sandy, Nancy Scharf, Alan and Cheryl Colber, who all worked very hard along with myself to make this event very successful. I'd also like to thank all the parents and all the boys, of course, who took time to come today and to work very hard. I'd also like to thank Bruce Ollendorfer, who brought his pack today, who gave a beautiful candle lighting ceremony. On the table in front of me are many things that the boys have made throughout the year: tie racks for Father's Day presents, bird feeders, and their Pine Box Derby cars. We hope this afternoon is a very successful event, as it's the highlight of the year. We were honored today by the presentation by the East Brunswick Jewish Center Sisterhood of presenting our pack with their Israeli flag. This afternoon will be very enjoyable for everybody. We hope you enjoy the presentation of the Indian dancers. If anybody is interested in having their son join the pack, you could either call Alan Colber, who is the pack master, at 613-1538, or Melody and Sandy Gillette at 613-1658.
One thing you must remember when you're dancing, that you are in competition with the drummer. If the drummer speeds up, you must speed up. If the drummer slows down, you must slow down. When the drummer stops, you must stop. You shall go once to the right. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hi, I'm Larry Wolfert. Welcome to the Folk Music Club here of East Brunswick. We're a very informal group. We kind of gather once a month, third Tuesdays each month, here at the East Brunswick Public Library. As you can see, we're reviving the Hootenanny. People getting together, just kind of singing their favorite songs. We try and do the campfire scene, obviously, sans fire, but we do it here at the library, and we kind of welcome anybody who'd like to come out, maybe share their favorite songs, play an instrument, maybe sit back and just kind of listen in, see what's new in the folk era, and some traditional folk pieces. We kind of welcome you to come on and join us. If you'd like some more information, feel free to give me a call. You can reach me in East Brunswick here at 257-5035, anytime. Okay, John, I guess it's your turn. You have any songs you'd like us to play?
Frank liked Where Have All the Flowers Gone? Of course, that's pretty old hat. I mean, why not? Anybody have a nice key for that? C.
Where Have All the Flowers Gone?
See if I remember it. Any of us remember.
Go ahead.
Kick it off, Jim. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? Boys and men, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone to soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Hi, this is Cynthia Schachter, and this is the East Brunswick Senior Center. Today we have a triple threat party. We are celebrating Valentine's Day, we are celebrating Chinese New Year's, which begins today, and we're also honoring all of the couples who come to the center who have been married 50 or more years. We have almost 175 people here celebrating, and we expect to have a terrific party. But I'd like you to meet one of the reasons for the party. With me are Dick and Stella Becker, who have been married for 55 years. What do you attribute your long marriage to, Dick?
to a nice wife who has been very nice to me all these years, and we hope for many more years to come.
Love. Love. It's been a long, long time. We went through a lot of hardship, but it was beautiful.
But it's always been love that
it was
kept us
beautiful.
together, yes.
Sid and Isabel Miller, who have been married more than 59 years. What do you think is the cause of this long-lived marriage when we have so many divorces in our country today?
I believe whenever I make up my mind, Isabel changed it for me, and that is a great big reason for it being successful.
That's not so. No, it was compatibility, and we were always very forgiving from one another and always worked our problems out. And never fought in front of the children. In fact, the children thought there was something wrong with us. And I don't know, just...
that's it.
That's it, I guess.
Celebrating your 60th when?
June 14th. Will be 60 years that we're married.
May I add this? I was bar mitzvahed on a Saturday, a few people know what a bar mitzvah is, and I was married on Sunday, the following day.
Now I'd like you to meet Gladys and John Fixmer, who have been married for 51 years. What's your answer to this question about long happiness?
Fighting. Oh, I think we understand one another. Never go to bed angry.
I would say patience. She has a patience of a saint to put up with my antics. That was probably why it lasted that long.
Here with Saul and Bessie Bernstein, who recently celebrated their 50th anniversary.
It's a 50th anniversary. We were married in September 90.
September 27th.
Yeah, and then we were remarried in March the following year. We owe our long marriage. There's mutual love and the feeling that we can make it work if we never go to bed angry. We never go to bed with a quarrel we're facing us.
Saul is a very easygoing person, and it's very hard to be angry with him too long. So we always make up, and there's no problem.
Isn't it nice you can say that after all these years? Congratulations to you. Josie and Sal Canastra have been married for 51 years. What do you attribute your long-lasting marriage to?
I guess a lot of love and patience, and just had to put up like that. I always loved her from day one.
And I think that it's great because we'll be married 52 years and we never had no big problems. We have a lovely family, children and grandchildren.
Ida and George Agner have been married for 51 years. Ida, what do you think about all of this?
Well, I think it's very nice. We've been very healthy, and I think that's what helped us along a lot. George was always employed. We always had work, and that's another thing that helped. Not a lot of adversary things happening to us.
George?
Well, I think it was our love for each other, and also our health, and I think that's it.
Marge and Phil Spano also celebrated their 50th anniversary very recently. Marge, what do you think has kept you going all these years?
Well, simple reason that when we started out, I let Phil do what he wanted to do. He was very interested in all kinds of sports, and he did whatever he wanted to do. And of course, we've had our ups and downs, but on a whole, it's been very good. I have a wonderful daughter and 3 beautiful grandchildren.
But the fun is she's a wonderful wife and takes good care of me, and she put up a lot with me. But we finally done it, okay?
Well, we're happy that you did, and we wish you many more years together. Tessie and Joe Siprich have also been married for 50 years. What do you attribute this long marriage to, Tessie?
Well, we're both Libras, and to our health, that we're still here, and we enjoy our children and grandchildren, keep us going.
Well, the same thing, I guess. Well, you gotta love one another and agree on everything, and that's all. That makes you a good life.
At least 50 more years, right? Okay. Thelma and Ed Lucas have been married for 52 years. It's just wonderful. Thelma, what can you tell us about your marriage?
To tell you about the marriage? Well, it's been 52 52 long years together, and my husband attributes it to living this long, but I say it's patience and a sense of humor.
You agree, Ed?
Yes.
Good.
Catherine and John Lawler arrived after the Channel 8 camera had left, but were captured by the Senior Center's own Penny Costa.
I'm the only man alive that had to go get a marriage license because she wasn't old enough to get married.
Is that true, Catherine?
That's true.
At Tuesday night's council agenda meeting, the council agreed to spend another week reviewing contractual resolutions for a new township engineer. Township officials proposed that the current engineer, William Fitzgerald, be replaced by the firm of Mazer, Sosinski, and Associates because one engineer is not enough to handle the increased workload. Fitzgerald had become backlogged on several projects because of the increased number of projects. Officials were quick to add that Fitzgerald had done an excellent job as engineer over the past 3 years. The shift to a larger firm enables more people to review projects at no additional cost to the township. In other council news, Mayor Jackson Agra and Township Business Administrator Jack Coughlin talked about the 1991 proposed budget.
We have a very difficult budget year, and for that reason, there were some positions that we did not fill during the course of the year because we felt that it would be best to leave them vacant rather than have to empty them, if you will, at budget time. In addition to that, the tax collection rate dropped substantially, so that we were looking at, when we finished the budget, a 4.5-cent increase on the local government tax rate and a 7-cent increase on the reserve fund collected taxes. The reserve fund collected taxes is not controllable. So the only part that was 4.5 cents. In reviewing some of the things that we could do about it, we were looking at those functions that, because of declining activity, might have need for lesser number of people, construction and engineering, for example.
One of the positions proposed to be cut this year from full-time to part-time is that of housing specialist Betty Richter-Reba. Mrs. Reba expressed her concern.
The future activity of the Housing Corporation includes, as I think you all know, the construction of new senior citizen housing. We broke ground on that in January. We will have 79 low-income units, all of which will be credited towards our Mount Laurel numbers. That project would not have been possible if it weren't for the existence of that nonprofit and my ability as staff person to work with them and shepherd that project through all of the federal, state, county, and local processings.
The council is holding a public hearing for the budget on Thursday, February 28th at 7 p.m. For information, call the clerk's office at 390-6850. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.
Let there be